Good evening, Barnes & Noble customers. Tonight we have author Andy Siegel's Q Magic in store. He is the current and four-time world champion, also the current and six-time ESPN champion, as well as the current and four-time master champion, and current U.S. opening champion. He just returned from the two-week Sport Arts ESPN trick shot competition in Springfield, Massachusetts. He's ranked #1 in the world. And this is Andy, the Magic Man Siegel, in our store at our sitting area.
Woo! Thank you. All right. So, thanks. And before I get into this shot, well, let me finish this shot here. This is really illegal. You can't do this. Right? You saw the other shots. That you can't do. You all know that. Why not? I tried. But if you think about it, it's a good way to play. Like it makes the game go faster. Right, so for example, if I had this shot here, let's put the 8 ball here, we'll put the 4 ball here. So if I have a shot like this, okay, in 8 ball, I'm stopped. What would you do? Well, you make the 4 in the corner, right? Try and get the cue ball to come back to right about here, right? Walk all the way around to the other side of the table. Realize you forgot the chalk, so you got to come all the way back over here. You got to grab the chalk. You go all the way back over there. Take a couple of practice strokes, and then you make the 8. Right? That's what you would do in this situation like this. Now it's a lot quicker to just shoot it this way. You go like this, and you go like that. Right? You know, I've gotten actually really good. I've practiced this style of pool, and I've gotten so good at it, I can't get a game. But anyway, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank Barnes & Noble Dominica for having me here. And I especially want to thank Century Billiards for providing this great table. This is an outdoor table, so if you ever want to party or anything, this is a perfect table to rent, and it's a good table. I was just doing some shots on it, plays exactly like rain. So thank you guys for bringing it.
You would have thought.
And we are, this event is a book signing. I just came out with a new trick shot book, Andy Siegel's Q Magic, and they're for sale. Well, I'll let Dominica explain how it's going to work.
Basically how it works is I know after you watch Andy, you're all going to want to buy one of these books. So unfortunately, just because we have to be careful, Andy can't sign it until you see the receipt. So he's going to stay here for a while, so you'll have time to purchase one of the books right at the register and bring it back. And then he'll see you sign it.
Is that appropriate?
All right, and I'll be here for maybe like an hour, so you got plenty of time after the show's over to browse around and come back.
Let me know the music.
No, it's fine. It's good. I like the music.
Sure.
Put them up on eBay.
All right, we're good. All right, so anyway, so now you know the difference between legal shots and illegal shots. So now I want to show you a shot. Let's see. I want to show you a situation that may come up in a game. Now, you all said you played 8 ball. Do any of you play 9 ball? Anybody here does not know how to play 9 ball? Do you guys know how to play? Okay, well, 9 ball is basically the way it works is you shoot the balls in order. So you're gonna, instead of shooting solids and stripes, I'm gonna shoot the 1, then I'll shoot the 2, and so on, and whoever makes the 9 ball wins. So if I make all the balls and miss the 9, and then you make the 9 ball, you win. Okay? But also, if you hit the lowest ball on the table first, say the 1 ball, and you make the 9 at the same time, you also win. So, for example, if I have a shot like this, and I have, let's put the balls out here. Alright, these balls here, we'll put the 2 balls here. Now, in this situation, I want to hit the 1 ball and make the 9. If I was here, it would be very easy. I would just come around here and I would shoot the 9 ball in like this, hitting the 1, and I win the game. Okay, but, unfortunately, that's not what I have. My opponent left me over here. So, maybe some of you can have some suggestions on how I can go about getting the cue ball over here to hit the 1. Does anyone have an idea?
Bank it off.
Bank it off of this rail? That's a great idea, except I forgot to tell you, you're not allowed to bank off a rail. I'm sorry, it's my fault.
There's a lot of left.
Anyone have any other ideas?
Jump over the tree.
That's a great, yeah, jump over these balls. That's another good idea, but I forgot again. You can't jump. That's my fault. Anything else?
Off the back rail.
A lot of strength.
Use one of those balls to
Well, you have to hit the 1 ball first. Here's the problem. The problem is that when you're presented with a situation like this, you have to look at it the right way. You have to keep 3 things in mind when you shot like this. Okay, this is a good tip for playing pool. The first thing you have to keep in mind, first thing you have to do is you got to get rid of the cue ball, and you replace it with a glass. All right, that's the first thing you got to do. It's the glass, trust me, it's not. All right, now the second thing you have to do is you have to know what kind of spin, because you said you have to do it with spin. You have to know what kind of spin to hit the glass with. You have to hit it with a half a tip of left side beer glass spin. Okay? And the third thing you have to do is you got to finish your drink because it gets all over the table. But the nice thing about this cloth is that it won't soak in, right? Exactly. All right, so here we go. All right, wait, that was a miscue. I spilled a little bit.
Chalk it up.
Chalk it up, exactly.
Because he said he
Go.
come up, he was like, hold on.
The nice thing about this shot is you can't scratch, so it doesn't hit. I like that. Okay, now, what about in 8-ball? You guys have played 8-ball before. Have you ever had a situation where you don't have a shot, and you maybe want to play a defense? For example, let me show you.
It's true.
If you have, say you have the 8-ball here, and these balls are off the table. Let's get rid of these. And I'm stripes. Okay? All right, so I don't have a really good shot at the 10-ball. Okay? So I can play a defensive shot. As long as I hit the 10, I can do something like this and kind of try and leave you blocked. So you have to have a hard shot on the 8. That makes sense. Okay? So if I have this shot on the 8, what would be a good place to leave the 10 in order to have a defensive situation where I couldn't make the 8?
Right up against the
Maybe here? Maybe here, maybe? I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't be bad, right? Like I just left it. But of course I can bank it this way, right? Just kind of like what you suggested earlier. And maybe if I put the 10 here, that would be a little harder now, because now I can't bank it this way. I can only bank it like this. But maybe I can go this way, and then maybe I can shoot it this way, right? It comes down here, and I can make the 8 that way. That's possible, right? Okay, so let's put another ball here. How about that? That makes it even harder, right?
Like 1 out of 15 times.
You know what? Let's cut to the chase. Let's make it really hard. Let's do something like this here. All right, there we go. Now that is a good defensive shot.
That's a really good save.
Now you all know what to do. You know what to do in this situation? When your opponent leaves you this shot?
Pray.
What?
Pray.
Five Hail Marys?
Well, there's another thing you can do.
I like that one.
Anybody?
Hit it as hard as you can.
Begins with a Q.
Quit.
Quit. Exactly. So anyway, what I'm going to do,
That's such a you and him joke.
let me get my little cloth here. I have a little piece of protective cloth because I'm going to actually shoot down on the ball. So you don't want to do this in a pool room, but even when I do it at home, I usually use this piece of cloth to protect the table
No, he
so it doesn't get damaged.
No, he doesn't.
I try anyway. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot down on the cue. Oh, let's make it even harder. Let's put the 7-ball here. So we got about 1/8 of an inch gap to fit through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot down on the cue ball. These balls are going to get out of the way. Cue ball is going to shoot down the rail, make the 8, and I'm going to win the game. All right. So if this ever comes up in the game, you guys all know what to do, right? Especially you, right? That was a good shot before. Okay, here we go. All right,
That
so
was pretty cool.
now, what about, let's see. What about jump shots? You guys ever see jump shots on TV? Balls jump over something? I'm going to show you a couple of ways to jump. A lot of people always ask me, how do you jump? What's the best way to jump over a ball?
He does that, I
And
swear.
it's a very simple way. In fact, I could probably teach you guys in just 5 minutes how to jump over a ball. The easiest way to jump over a ball, I'm going to come over here so you can all see, is what you do is you put the ball over here and you jump over the ball like that. Okay, that's the first way. Now the second way is you take a special cue called a jump cue.
Jokes don't get
It's
better.
shorter and lighter than a regular cue. I'm going to put this rack here, just so everything, just so it makes it nice and a big pocket for me. And we go into blocks. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can jump a ball. The standard way, most people think that when you want to jump, you have to hit underneath the ball and scoop it. Well, that's actually illegal. You can't do it that way. What you have to do is you have to hit down on the ball, like this. Okay, you hit down on the ball, and it pops right over and goes in. That's a legal jump shot. Okay. Now that's the standard way of shooting it. I can also shoot it using a dart style, kind of like I'm holding a dart, and you jump it this way and it goes in. Okay. And then, if I really want to, I can go. I can shoot it behind my back like this. Okay. I can also shoot it one-handed, like this. If this hand gets tired, which happens all the time when I'm performing. Or you can shoot it behind the back one-handed. Okay, like that.
Great shot.
Or if you, yeah, I mean, you can also, now honestly, you can also do this. You can go backwards like this, but I'm not going to do that today, so we'll skip that for now. All right, now, what happens if you have, oh, you can also go behind the neck, by the way. If you just kind of go like this, boom, 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 like this, or you can go under the leg like this. But again, we're going to save that for the next show. All right, so I'm going to take 2 balls. What happens if you have 2 balls? Now, have you ever played, you guys said you played 8 ball, and some of you have played 9 ball. Now you guys are experts at 9 ball, okay? Have you ever played 8 ball and 9 ball? Maybe mixed during the same night. Maybe you play a little 8 ball and then a little 9 ball. You guys ever did that? I've done that all the time. But have you ever played 8 ball and 9 ball at the same time on the same table? No? Nobody? Okay. Am I really the only one? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and jump both the 8 ball and the 9 ball over the stick into the pocket. Of course, they need a second cue. And what you do is you take 2 cues, lock them in there like that, hold them like this, and just pop it over that way. They go over, okay?
Very good.
Now, what about one-handed? Oh, okay, one-handed. So what you do is you hold the cues like this, and you just kind of separate them like this, and then what you do is pop them over and they go in that way. Now you can also do it one-handed where you hold 1 cue in each hand, like this. You see, 1 cue in each hand. Now this is the only one-handed jump shot that uses both hands. You want to see this one? You like this one, right? Do it. All right, you ready? You have to say 1, 2, 3, go, right?
1, 2, 3, go.
Wait, not, you have to wait for them ready.
Go.
All right.
Good help.
Now, that's 2 balls. And then, of course, if you really want to, if you have, let's say you have a rack here, and you have this here, you can also jump 2 balls like this, backwards. Like that, off my leg. But like I said, I'm not going to do that. All right, so anyway, so now what about if you have 3 balls? So now we got 3. Now, of course, you need a 3rd cue, right? You need 3 cues. So I'm going to take a 3rd cue.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, load them in.
Slice your wrists, Christmas music.
This is harder than it looks, trust me. Oh wait, it's because it looks really easy. I forget it. I said that the wrong way. Anyway, you hold it like this, you pop them over like that, and you hold it like that. Whoops. All right, that was strike 1. I get 3 tries. Remember that contract I told you about? I also get 3 tries at every shot. That was strike 1. Can I do 10? I don't have enough fingers. I do?
To hold 10
Hold
cues?
10 cues?
With both your fingers. With all your, with both your hands.
And your toes.
I never worked on that.
There's our next trick shot artist right there.
I like that idea. All right, here we go.
I don't have enough holes in the wall.
Boom, boom, All right, now, of course, we have to do 3. If we can do 3 two-handed, we should be able to do 3 one-handed, right? Now, in all seriousness, there's only about maybe 4 or 5 guys in the world that can do this consistently.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
I wish one of them were here.
She's pretty big. She's getting there.
There we go. All right, I got one. All right. So now, I'm going to close with 2 shots. I got 2 more shots. All right.
Psychic told me. Yeah, right.
The first one is an 8-ball. Is an 8-ball shot. Let me get rid of these. And let's see. Okay, we got the cue ball, we got the 2-ball, and we got the 8-ball. All right, so we got this shot right here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to make the 8-ball in the corner pocket, but the 2-ball is blocking my path. Okay, so I'm going to try and make the 8-ball directly into the pocket. All right, now watch closely, okay? I'm just going to take it, go like this. I'm going to put it right in. Did you see that? You all saw that. I'll do it again.
Yeah, but
All right, so
Was it too fast?
In addition to doing trick shots, I also do impressions. I don't know if you knew that about me. I'm getting an impression and you want to see that slower. All right. So we're going to do it in slow motion. All right, so you with the video camera, you can rewind it and do it in slow motion, or I'm going to do it in slow motion, you can speed it up. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. I didn't say I wasn't going to cheat. All right, let me do one more shot for you, and then we'll get to the book signing here. Let's set up. Let me set up.
None.
All right, I'm going to put,
Unbelievable.
got 9 balls here.
Like Jekyll and Hyde.
Let me put the 1, 2, and the 3 here. All right, we'll put the 4, 5, and 6 here.
Two completely different people.
And the 7, 8, and the 9 here. All right, got the 2 ball here, got the 6 here, and we'll put that here.
Yeah.
All right, so now, before I shoot this shot, again, I just want to thank Domenica Barnes & Noble and Century for the pool table. Thank you very much. Anyone who decides they want to purchase the book, I hope you all enjoy it. It was a pleasure to write, although my wife may disagree.
Depends on the day.
All right. So anyway, this shot here is one that I shot. Oh, great. This shot here is one that I shot last week. We just finished the filming of the ESPN trick shot competition. And this is actually one of the shots that I shot in the semifinals, I believe. Now, I don't want to ruin the surprise and tell you that I won, so I won't tell you. All right? I'm going to try. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot the cue ball 3 cushions around this chalk. Now, you're probably wondering why the chalk is wrapped up in a bandage. Well, because the tournament last week had a competitor sponsoring the tournament, so we had to wrap the chalk up so you could see the name. It's not because it was injured. So I'm going to shoot, especially not during the shot, I'm going to shoot the cue ball around the chalk 3 rails. I'm going to pocket the 1, 2, and the 3 here. And then I'm going to shoot the cue ball as it's moving around the chalk, 3 rails, pocket these 3 balls here. Then I'm going to shoot the cue ball around the chalk one more time so it gets a little further, hits this stick, goes into the pocket. Before it gets there, I'm going to make the 7 and the 8 and the 9 there. Now the thing that makes the shot, if that wasn't hard enough, the thing that makes it even harder is that I'm going to shoot every other ball behind my back. So I'm going to shoot regular, behind the back, and then regular, and then the same thing here. So behind the back, behind the back. That's the shot.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
I'm going to try and do it in less than 100 tries. So you guys seem too fine. You guys may want to grab a chair somewhere, grab a coffee. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually 1 and 3 on this shot, so it's not too bad. I make it once every 3 months. So let me try. Okay, here we go.
Whoa.
All right, that was 1. I get 100, right? That's what I said. Right? Okay.
I love him. He's great. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Get around there.
Oh.
Woo! Woohoo!
I hope you enjoyed this show. Thank you very much.
Good
You guys put the
stuff.
tail end of it. But as we're doing the signing, if you guys are still around, I'll be happy to show you some more stuff. But thank you for coming. And have a happy holiday season.
Me, I'm dropping to say if I had a lap dance, I'd go with the buddy like a rest.
What year you were? Enjoy it, right? Thank you.